Hey everyone, it's Reed here, and today we're going to do something a bit different. Something I haven't actually addressed that, is common in all sorts of prepper channels and preparedness, survivalism, and all that other stuff people talk about all the time. It's one of those common topics people love to go at. And I usually haven't done anything like that because, I'm kind of odd for what I have to deal with and what I plan around and stuff like that. But I figured with the way things are going like that, another voice would be helpful. Another opinion could also be helpful and stuff like that. So I'm throwing my hat in the ring here. Well, I'm not taking mine off because I don't want you to see my horrible, hideously bald head. But anyways, so now I want you to keep in mind, this is from my thinking, my operational planning, what I consider I face, what kind of environment I face, and so on and so forth. What I considered most valuable for me and how I plan things out. Okay. Now, this is not saying you must do this. No. Only you can decide what is best for you for how to handle these things. Lots of stuff have good definitive answers. Mathematics, computer science, and stuff like that have lots of good definitive answers that we can discuss things over. No. This is something like that. There is no one right way. There is the best way for you, and only you can decide that for yourself. Okay? So I'm just going to tell you about how I went through the process, what I thought through, and stuff like that. Now, today's topic is about my self-defense weapon that I picked out for my get-home bag, my bailout bag, and so on, and the choices I made around it. Now, as you can see, it's the desert. Okay? Yeah, water's a premium here. Okay? So one of the big issues was weight. Okay? It was very important we deal with on weight. All right. The other thing is when I'm traveling and I'm away from home, and the most likely chances I'm going to get caught away from home with everything breaking loose and all heck coming apart is going to be when I'm 100 miles or more away from home. So I'm looking at having to walk back. And with the desert, I'm going to be heavy on water, light on food, and I'm going to be very light on weapon. Okay. I'm going to be very careful in the kind of weapon I pick for that because weight is going to matter. It's going to be the thing that's going to beat down on me like nothing else. I've been on heavy-duty backpacking trips. I've been out for entire summers backpacking, going in and out, stuff like that. And the worst one I ever did was when we went into a canyon in Utah and stuff like that. And it was a 3-day hike in, so we had to carry all this water, all this food and stuff like that before we got to water sources. And then we had a 2-day hike out. And the starting pack weight was about 75, 80 pounds. It sucked. Horrifically. It was so bad initially. And even when I was doing that, and I was like 18 at the time, and I powered through it, I know it would absolutely tear me up now. I could, if I had to do it, I could somehow manage, but I know at the end, it'd be a mess, right? So weight's a big issue. The other thing is like when I'm around doing stuff like that, I'm at these urban centers, okay? And the other thing is I don't want to, sling a rifle along my back, start and wash it out. No, we got to blend in a bit. I need to be able to manage things so I don't stick out like a giant sore thumb, okay? Now, another factor in the equation was I wanted a good number of rounds in the magazine, a good capacity, and I also wanted to be able to carry a good number of rounds with me because I had a long way to travel. And a lot of stuff going on is I consider civil unrest. Now, my primary planning and stuff like that, it revolves around nuclear war. That is my worst case scenario situation, and along with, giant EMP, solar EMP. Consider those my worst cases, so a lot of my operational planning revolves around those scenarios. But in the urban centers and like that, I am a lot of concerned with large crowds, people and stuff like that. So I didn't exactly go for, giant 44 Magnum or something, to really put those people down. No. My operational planning and stuff like that was to use it for suppressive fire, quick engagements, provide cover, and move. All right. And if I need to engage a crowd, it was possible to push them back. All right. To be able to have enough to be able to defend against a large force. So you had a good force multiplier to work with. Now, with all that said and everything else, let me show you what we're working with here. All right. Here's the package I keep everything in. It's got a strap I can dangle over, so it's like a shoulder strap, and it looks like a little case. I can throw it in the backpack. I can mount it on the outside. It's like that. This was a good thing. Now I've got a holster, obviously, and put in here. I've got a quick loading mechanism and all that. I can move to the side a bit to make a little room. Let me show you which actual weapon we're talking about. Here it is, the FN57. Now, this guy holds 20 round magazines. Nice. Like that. In addition to the magazine, keeping the weapon, there are 6 additional magazines in my kit. Yeah. So that's a total of 140 rounds. So yeah, 7 magazines total, right? Plus 1 in the chamber, so 141. I also keep additional boxes of ammunition to provide reloads. Very handy. I keep 6 of them. Yes, 6. So that brings the total up to 441 rounds of ammunition. I like that. In addition to the other accessories and stuff like that, the holster, some other parts, kits and stuff like that, in there, I make sure the whole thing weighs about 3 pounds. Very effective trade-off for me. You know, so I can just put this on my hip, get some clothes over it, cover it up, and I blend in well. Like I said, the idea on this is to quick engagement if I have to. The idea is to move, stay moving, and keep moving. Don't stop till you get home. That's my objective. I'm not out there to sit there camping forever, make bonfires, sing Kumbaya and everything else. No, the objective is to get home. I want something to do quick engagements. But, like I said, we're talking urban areas. We could have crowds of people and stuff like that. People get rowdy. We have unrest going on. And I wanted something that I had a decent magazine capacity that I could set up with and engage large numbers of people. Good multiplier factor. It was important in the planning. So if all heck's breaking loose and everything else, I can just put this, get the mags loaded up on the belt, get this motor on the belt, and if I need to, engage. The idea is to provide suppressive fire, cover, and get my butt out of there and move. There's a big issue on that. Move. That's my whole plan, is just keep moving, okay? And I wanted something light, not hold me down. Like I said, we're in a desert, okay? Water is going to be my biggest weight I am carrying at all times and stuff like that. I do not need additional weight holding down. The other thing is, like I said, urban centers. I do not need to stick out. Sling an AR-15 on my back, get moving. Yeah, everyone's going to stop me going, what the heck? You know, I'm going to be a target, a huge target. Don't need that. This blend in. You know, it's the backpacks I even carry. They're gray. They blend in. They don't look like anything different from a lot of normal stuff. You know, they look like average things people carry all the time. It's like that. Don't really plan to stick out at all. The idea is to get down to the riverbeds and move my way home so I have a water supply and other stuff to work with. And it will take a while. But that's what I was issuing on my planning like that. Now, downside to this weapon that was really annoying was it was rather expensive. It was $1,100 when I bought it. Not cheap. Okay. Also, the other thing is they don't have a lot of accessories, and finding a holster for it took a while. Now, this is the Mark II, so I have not had the problem other people reported with the sights being nearly as super adjustable, like they don't hold zero. These ones have actually held for me. Get them set up like that and they hold. I'm happy about that. Big improvement. But I've had a trouble finding replacement sights, like night sights and so on and so forth. That is an issue. And it is an expensive weapon, okay? Not many people have it, and it's not really the biggest thing out there, you know. However, Ruger has recently released their Ruger 5.7. It's about half the cost. It has 20 round mags. It also has better sights, and I'm probably going to get one later when I have a little free cash, which will take a little while. Got some other stuff like that, so we'll be saving up for that one. And I'm really interested, particularly since my eyes are getting older, it's like that, and it has fiber optic sights on the front. I really like that idea. And there's lots more accessories looking already for the darn thing because it's selling like hotcakes, which is a nice big plus. One of the other issues, though, is the 5.7 cartridge itself does not have a ton of power behind it. Okay, it is a fast-moving, very flat-shooting cartridge, and you have a good mag capacity in a very lightweight package, which was the piece I was looking for. Good mag capacity and very lightweight, because I had such a large distance to travel. Weight and capacity were my two driving factors in why I selected this. Okay, but the 5.7 cartridge does not have massive knockdown stopping power, or if you knock someone, it flings them back 50 yards and they fall and go, ah! Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it doesn't work in anything. Maybe with a 50 BMG, you could get something kind of like that, but not this. No, it doesn't have a huge pile of power behind it, but yeah, it will be very effective at getting people to get the heck out. Very good at suppression, and that's what I was after. So hopefully this is interesting to you. Hopefully it gives you an idea of some of my operational planning of what I was doing when I was selecting some of this stuff and what I was thinking. Hopefully you can use this to help better and give you things to digest and think about of how you want to plan and do things yourself. When I get a Ruger 5.7, I'll make a video and talk about it. And we'll go over everything I have in my evac and bug out bag. I think you guys might find that interesting, or get home bag. It's not really bug out, but yeah, we'll go over that eventually. So take care, everyone. This is Reed, out for now. Man, how many times can I redo one take? Now, you know, obviously, let's make a point and stick to it. Can I, like, focus